What's up, pod pals? In the next 5 minutes, I'm going to show you how you can double your downloads over the next 30 days. I'm doing a podcast growth audit of one of my podcasting business school newsletter subscribers. Let's dive on in. So, today we are auditing a show called Hear What I'm Saying. So, the first thing we're looking at is the name of the show. Then we're going to look at the art. Then we're going to look at the podcast host description, and then we'll look at some episode titles. Those are the 4 areas I really want to audit for organic discovery, SEO. I want people finding the show while the host is asleep. That is the best. When I get subscribers while I'm sleeping, that makes me very happy. So the first thing we want to look at, the name of the show, Hear What I'm Saying. I have 3 rules when it comes to the name of the show. Number 1, when I read the name, I want to know exactly what it's about. All right. Number 2, I want to know exactly who it's for. And number 3, I want to see at least 2 highly searched keywords for your niche. So hear what I'm saying. Number 1, do I know what it's about? I can guess it's about hair. Okay. Number 2, so we get a point there. Number 2, who is this show for? I have no idea. This is where we're getting into some trouble. So we need to define who this show is for. Is it for people that are beauty enthusiasts? They're on a beauty journey themselves? Is it for beauty professionals? Is it for both? That who needs to be defined, and that's going to help a lot. The third checkbox that we're going to check, 2 keywords. Number 1, hair is actually a keyword, all right, and it's in the first position in the title, which I like a lot. So we get about half a point there, but there is no other keyword. So this is where we can sneak in another keyword, and it's going to make a huge difference. All right, so that is the SEO and organic discovery for the name of the show. Let's look at the art itself. So you can see here that on the art, one thing I like, big, thick, chunky text. I like that. It's very readable. You could actually even make it bigger. I would make the text as big as you possibly can to go through that entire window there. I want it to fill up this entire box. One thing I do not like is the word hair is the most important word on this name right now as it's listed. And you put the microphone in there instead of the I. A lot of people do that because it's kind of creative, but I don't want to make the most important word harder to understand and or read. I don't want people to be confused. Like hair is the defining word in the title. Spell it out. I would actually make it a different color. That's something that's not anywhere else on the image. I think that would help a lot. You can put a microphone anywhere. Don't make that kind of disguise the most important word. Now, you do put beauty podcast in there, but the thing, and I like what you're doing there, I would love to see the word beauty in the actual listed name of the show. So right now, beauty podcast, the word beauty is not helping us SEO-wise because it's just on the art. It's not in the listed name. We need that second keyword of beauty to be in the name of the listed show. So over here where it says, hear what I'm saying, we want that to be, hear what I'm saying, colon, a beauty podcast or something like that. And I'm going to talk about some keywords. I got some keyword ideas for you. So that's the name. You don't have a big picture of your face on there. I like that. So we're about halfway there. We're very close on the art. I would make it bigger, the words bigger. I would not hide the word hair. I'd make the word hair a different color. And maybe we can get a subtitle with some more keywords on there. We'll work on that here in a second. Next, let's go to the host description. All right. So that is the about this show section. All right. And with this, I want to see all your important keywords. So I see licensed hair expert. That's good. We've got some different healing, beauty, some different words in there, relationships, self-discovery. I like some of the keywords that we have in here. One thing I want you to do is, it looks like you copied and pasted this text. So it shows up as a big block of text on the podcast players. I want you to go and actually type it out in your host, wherever you host the show, so that it's a nice spaced out paragraph. It doesn't show up as this big chunk of text. I want you to get more keywords in there, and I want you to actually have a second paragraph. So this first one is good. I'll try to get more keywords in there, but then start a second paragraph where you say, this show is for you if you find yourself asking questions such as, I want you to list 5 or 10 questions that people would be searching for on Google, and just list them all. All right. Actually go on Google, search a few. Google makes some recommendations, put all of those in there. And this will help tremendously both for organic discovery and SEO and podcast player search bar, and within that, the apps, but also on Google searches. All right. So that's how I want you to fix the host description. This is the second most powerful SEO tool we have as podcasters behind the actual name of the show. All right. Let's look at episodes. All right. So we are looking over here on the episode screen. Cool. One thing we just want to make sure we're getting keywords in there with these episode titles. Braids and hair loss. We got some. It's kind of hit and miss. Hair loss and restoration. I like that. Just finding those keywords. We want those in every single episode. I would number the episodes, and I would love to see a little bit more just consistency. It's kind of every week, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks. It's kind of bouncing around a little bit. The more consistent you are, I'm a big fan of weekly content. I realize that it's a journey to get there for most podcasters, but keep working towards that and just creating regular patterns for your listeners to partake in. I think that's going to help quite a bit. Otherwise, we're looking pretty good on the context of the content, I should say, of each episode. Okay, let's go over here. So we already said hello. Keywords to consider. On the left-hand side here, these are definites. The right are maybes. Hair, beauty, personal growth, mental health. Those are two really strong keywords that I would highly recommend using somewhere. Health, wellness. Then over on the right-hand side, these are some kind of, depending on where you want the show to go and who this is about the who. All right. Makeover, hair loss, alopecia, braids, business, entrepreneur. If you want to target hair stylists or beauty salons, then we need to get words like business and entrepreneur in there as far as keywords go. And it doesn't have to be in the title. Maybe it is. But at least in the podcast host description, if you're really helping people with issues, I want more of those issues described either in the name of the show or episode titles and in the host descriptions like hair loss, alopecia, things like that. So I really like, it seems like you are definitely talking mental health and personal growth and like kind of a personal growth journey. So I would consider adding what I call a title extension to the name of the show. Okay. So let's go back over here. And so hear what I'm saying. And maybe it's conversations on beauty, personal growth, and mental health, or something like that. Or if you want to target entrepreneurs like hair salons, then it's conversations on beauty, business, and mental health. Getting a few more keywords in there is going to help. And I want that in the listed name over here on the right-hand side, not just on the art. I want it on the listed name. All right. That's going to be extremely important. Okay. Last thing, if you guys want me to audit your podcast and give you some tips on how to double your downloads in about 10 minutes or less, I shoot for 5, but it's always 10. So all you have to do is be on my newsletter list. That's what Kinetra was on my newsletter list. I put out a link saying, hey, who wants me to audit their show? She filled out the link, and here we are. So if you want to get on my newsletter, every Thursday, I send a podcasting business school newsletter with tips on podcast launch, growth, and monetization. They're always fresh, hot out of the oven, and really implementable and useful. So check the description, and that will get you on my newsletter list. With that, Pod Pals, I'm going to send you out into the world wishing you health, happiness, and many downloads. I'll see you on the next audit.